All right, we're here at Randall Oaks Golf Course, our third tournament of the season on the Golf Week Tour, and winning 2 out of the first 3 in the champ flight. Matthew Payne shooting a 71 today, even par, to win by 3 shots. Congratulations.
Thanks, Bill.
Trophy for you.
Appreciate it.
Nice playing.
Cheers.
Matthew, congratulations.
Thank
Great
you.
playing again today, 71. Tell me about your round.
Yeah, it was a tough day. It was windy, you look at the scorecard, and you see a 65, 66 yardage kind of from the backs, and it feels gettable, but I think everyone can agree that it was far from that. Greens were quick, some really tough pin positions, and yeah, I've been sort of riding a wave the last few weeks. I feel like I've just been keeping the ball ahead of me and not making any silly numbers. I sort of gutted it out. It wasn't a pretty level par, but yeah, played well.
Well, 71, and you shot 68 the other time. So playing excellent golf right now.
Yeah.
What's the key to playing this well?
I think just confidence. My college coach was texting me the other day and he was like, "Where was this in college?" And I think just sort of having a good result in the first event, having a nice showing in the CDJ Mid-Am last week and playing with some really elite golfers sort of helped me understand where my game's at and that I can play with this type of golf. And yeah, just sort of riding the wave a little bit and keeping the ball ahead of me.
Well, Matthew, congratulations.
Cheers. Thank you.
Okay, we are here at Randall Oaks Golf Course, our third tournament of the year and the second tournament of the season for Mason Schultz and the A5 on 2 for 2 on the season, shooting 76, 5 over. Mason Schultz, congratulations on another win.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Nice playing today.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Mason.
Thank you.
Tell me about your round today.
I again, it was pretty up and down. I feel like I had a horrible front nine and then just was able to bring it back together on the back nine, even though made a couple big numbers out there, but ended up pulling it together and then was in a playoff on redoing the first hole there at the end. So that was a lot of fun.
What was the key to figuring it out on the back nine?
Stopping doing the math. So I stopped counting how many over par I was. So it was just getting to the end and then figuring it out.
Well, I can tell you, it was 5. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, here with our B flight winner at Randall Oaks Golf Course, all the way in from Thailand. Yeah, Lin Wayland. Played on our tour a few years ago and then moved across the world, but he's back in town now. Shoots a 78 today to win in B flight by a couple strokes. Congratulations. Nice playing today.
Thanks.
And you can take that back to Thailand.
Yeah.
How about that?
We're going to try.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Glenn, congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell me about your round today.
Just consistent, which is not usually the case. So I just kept it in play. So
Now, what was the key to shooting 78?
just hitting it straight. So
What'd you have on the front nine?
front nine was a 42, shot a 36 on the.
Oh, 36 on the back nine. That's some playing.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, back here at Randall Oaks Golf Course, our third event of the year, and repeating as champion in C flight from last year, Stan Mitchell shooting an 86 today to win by one shot. Back-to-back
Oh,
years,
cool.
taking this trophy
Oh.
home from Randall Oaks.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice plan today.
Thank you. Stan, congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell me about your round today.
Oh, there was a lot of scrambling today. I had a lot of managed to get myself out of trouble a lot of times. It was quite a good front nine, shot 41 on the front. It started off on the back nine and had a couple of hiccups coming down the stretch, but I was real happy with the way I played.
But you
the way I-
survived 86.
Yes.
What was the key to 86?
Like I said, chipping the ball close and making the 6 to 8 foot putts.
Congratulations, repeat winner.
Thank you.
All right, back here at Randall Oaks Golf Course, our third tournament of the season on the Chicago Tour, our D flight winner and also our points race winner from 2025 last season, Pat Kelly, winning the D flight today, shooting 87 to win by one shot. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Couple hundred for you and a
Appreciate it.
gift card, little trophy.
Thank you.
Nice shooting.
Appreciate it.
Nice shooting today.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Pat.
Thank you.
87 today. Tell me about your round.
Well, 2 birdies. It was tough, but there were a lot of scores that were pretty close to me. I'm pretty lucky to win today. Yeah, no, I had a good round overall. I was getting off the tee pretty well. I think I lost 2 balls, but overall, I'm happy with it. Very happy.
What was the key to shooting 87 today?
Keeping the ball in play. Lag putting was a key. Really just limiting, trying to stay close on all those putts. These greens were pretty fast today, so that was the key.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Welcome back to the Post Birdie podcast. With me, as always, our faithful tour director, Bill Prosecki.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining me. One day after Randall Oaks.
Mm-hmm.
The new guys are still kicking the old guys' butts at this point. 2 guys that just started this year winning champ flight and A flight.
Yeah. So we've, you said this, I think, when you went on not this podcast, but the Cash and Maddie podcast. I believe you said something to the effect of, we got a lot of new people and they're putting up some good scores. So those of us who have been on tour for a few years got to start playing better. And you're right, because these new guys are coming out and they're hunting down these trophies and these points. That's for sure.
Well, let's start in champ flight. Matthew, second win. He shot, what was it, 4 under the first tournament, and then he shot even par yesterday.
Yeah, and I think both of those are very impressive rounds. Obviously, the 4 under at Village Links was lights out. But even shooting even par yesterday even par is a good round no matter what. But yesterday, I thought, even though it was finally good weather, it was sunny and 80 degrees, the course I didn't think was playing that easy. The greens were super, super fast. A lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of the greens were not very receptive. Some of the rough was kind of thick. So I know I had a couple holes where I was in the rough and you just couldn't get any spin on the ball coming out of the rough. And so if you're trying to hit then into a green that's super hard and super fast, it's really, really difficult to get the ball close to the hole, right? So the fact that he shot even par, I thought was a phenomenal round, as expected from him. Gave him a 3-shot lead over Jake and Larry, and he's picking up some ground on Luke in that points race in the champ flight, that's for sure. So Luke better look in his rearview mirror for Matt's coming for him, I think.
I don't know what Matt's schedule's like, but if he starts playing some of the regionals and he's putting up those scores in the regionals, he could win 1 or 2 of those this summer.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. If you're generally my rule of thumb in a regional is that in the champ flight, if you shoot under 150 for the 2-day total, you're going to be in the hunt. You're going to be around there. I mean, sometimes you'll get people who shoot, even par, even under and shoot, 140 for the 2 days and they'll run away with it. But generally speaking, if you can do better than 75, if you can shoot, 73, 74 both days, you're going to be in contention in a regional. So the fact that I think Matt's worst round was Thunderhawk and he shot 3 over, so 75. So he's gone 68, 75, 71. So if he can put up those numbers in a regional, if he plays a regional, I don't know if he will, he's got a good chance of taking home a regional trophy in addition to taking home maybe most of our trophies for our local tournaments. He's definitely the guy to beat.
1 under par after 3 rounds, and 2 of those rounds were not 50 degrees. So
Right.
he likes the nasty weather. We'll see if he likes the warm weather when the heat comes in the
when the summer starts kicking in. Yeah.
Summer in Chicago.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how he plays too at Silver Lake. So he's going to play. I don't think he's playing this coming weekend at South Bend. I don't think. And he's not playing American Dunes. So I think the next time we'll see him is at Silver Lake. But I'm interested to see how he does there because the thing about the courses we've played already is there's a good amount of holes that are a little more open. And Silver Lakes is not that open of a golf course. It's a more traditional kind of tree lined, back and forth type of course. And not that he's a wayward hitter, but it's just visually, it's a very different golf course than all the courses we've played so far. So I'm interested to see how he does there. And now that I say this, he'll probably shoot like 66 both days or something and wipe the floor with all of us. But we'll see.
Moving to A flight, a repeat winner again.
Yeah, Mason, 2 for 2. Mason Schultz, another new member who was referred in from like a whole group of us that are members at 5 Iron Golf through the winter. So that's how I know him. That's how Justin knows him. And so we got him in this year and he won both tournaments in the A flight so far, but that got him probably something he didn't expect, but a promotion to champ flight. So for anybody who doesn't know how that works, once you play on Golf Week, you establish a handicap on tour. And that's the only thing that matters is your handicap on tour. Your handicap elsewhere doesn't mean anything. So once your Golf Week handicap, if you play a couple good rounds, if your handicap drops into the range of the flight above you, you get automatically promoted. So shooting 79, I believe it was, at Village Links to win it, and then shooting 76 yesterday to win, moves Mason's Golf Week Index to 3.9, so he is now in champ flight and will be in champ flight for the next few tournaments. So we'll see how he does. I think he'll probably still be competitive in champ, but maybe some different caliber of players he's going to be going against, especially if I can pair him with Matt. And we'll see how he does there. But yeah, 2 for 2, 1 in a playoff as well. So it's not that he hasn't earned it. He's definitely earned those victories and earned that promotion up to champ for sure.
And B flight had a new winner in B flight at Randall Oaks.
Yeah, Glenn. And I don't think we'll see him the rest of the year. So Glenn Whalen was a regular on our tour a few years ago, and then he actually moved all the way to Thailand. And so we haven't seen him in a couple years. He sent me a note back in, I think, February or March, something like that, though, that said he was going to be in town in May for something. I forget what. I think it was a graduation, maybe, or something with family. He was going to be in town for a few weeks and wanted to play our 2 tournaments in May, wanted to play Thunderhawk and Randall Oaks. And so he came out and played, and now he's got a trophy that he can fit in his suitcase somewhere to take back to Thailand with him after winning yesterday at Randall. But he played a great round, 78 to win the B flight, won by a couple shots. So, he earned it. That was a great score.
And C flight had who won C flight?
Stan Mitchell, repeat
Stan
champion from
Mitchell,
last year. Yeah.
repeat,
And
that's
so
right.
we introduced a new thing for this year, and we'll do the same thing at Silver Lakes. Because this tournament was a repeat tournament from last year, basically, I think it was 1 week later, but basically on the same weekend. And I ordered the same trophies and everything to have basically the exact same setup as last year. What we said was, if anybody repeats as champion from last year, if you go back to back, in addition to what you would win in the prize pool, you're going to win an extra $100 cash. And so Stan was the only one to convert on that. So in addition to the regular prize money, he got an extra $100, and he's got 2 trophies he can put side by side on his mantle at home. So he played, a good round too. I know he was in the clubhouse early. I think he went off early in the C group. And it's a good thing he hung around too, because there were a couple people ahead of him, I think, when he finished. And then as their rounds went on, they made a couple bogeys and dropped down and tied him. And then all of a sudden, he was the outright winner. So sometimes it pays to be that leader in the clubhouse and just kind of sit on the lead and see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. And then D flight, last year's points winner, back in the winner's circle.
Back in the winner's circle and back in the points race lead, Pat Kelly. He won a couple tournaments late last year to pick up some late points and win the points race. So now he's got a win under his belt early this season, winning out here at Randall Oaks. And so he took the lead. Josip Varda was our points race leader after Village Links and also through Thunderhawk. And Josip actually only lost by 1 shot yesterday as well. So Pat won by 1, but second and third place were tied 1 shot behind him. But that was enough of a difference in points for Pat to take the lead, but still got a pretty tight points race all in all in the D flight. And actually in most flights, there's still a pretty tight race there. So setting up to be a good season as far as the points go.
So that was D flight. How's C flight looking for points?
Stan Mitchell took the lead with the win yesterday, but Ed Mallett was our leader going into the tournament, but he did not play yesterday. But Ed's only behind him by, I'm looking at it now over here, 110 points behind him. And they both have a regional under their belt, actually. Ed played out in Vegas in January, and Stan played a Firestone. He did not play Thunderhawk 2 weeks ago, but he did play the Firestone regionals. They're like neck and neck. They've both played a regional, and they've both missed a local tournament. So, and there's other guys there. Dan Diaz in third place. He's put up some good finishes. Obviously, Anthony Bernardi, Drew Patak. They're going to play almost every tournament. So we should have a good race coming in C as well, because all of those top 5 guys there are going to play almost every tournament. And even Chris, who won the points race last year, he's down in 7th right now. But, you get a couple wins under your belt and you can pop right back up there to the top. So that should be a good race as well in C.
Yeah, I think Ed actually played 2 regionals. I think he was down in TPC, Louisiana also.
You're right. He did play TPC Louisiana as well. Yeah, you're right.
And then in B, Brandon's still leading. He won the first event and then was in a playoff in the second event, but he skipped this past weekend, but he's still leading B flight.
But with those 2 finishes, with a win and then a second place finish, that's enough points to keep him in the lead. I don't know how many more tournaments he's playing. Like, not that he's going to stop. I think he's going to play in most. I'm sure he'll miss a couple here and there. But really, that B flight is, I know he's got a bit of a lead, but I would say that B flight is still kind of wide open. He's got the lead right now, but Glenn Whalen's in second. Glenn's not playing anymore because he's flying back to Thailand. And then after that, you've got between Nabil, Mike Pearson, Luis, Mike Preplica, Paul Chaplin, you've got that's 5 guys all within 50 points of each other. And sure, they're a couple hundred behind Brandon, but a couple hundred points, you can make that up quick, right? Like a couple hundred points, that's the difference between finishing first and fourth in a tournament, right? So it's pretty wide open there, I would say.
And then looking at A flight with the promotion of Mason, that leaves Justin Smith still in first place, but it's all bunched up right behind him.
Yeah, that leaves 1 and 2 the same as they were going into this tournament. So Justin Smith and Matt Fulcali were 1-2 coming into Randall Oaks, and they're still 1-2 now because, like you said, because Mason moved up. Probably going to have a new points race leader though in A, and it might be yourself because I know you're going to play both of the South Bend tournaments, and right now you're sitting in fourth, only 130 points back. But I believe I don't know if you're the only A flighter playing both, but out of the guys at the top of the list, I know Justin, I don't think is playing either. I don't think Matt is playing a regional. He's not playing American Dunes, but he's playing PGA West. So he will pick up points for a regional. Cal, I don't think is playing until Silver Lakes, but you're going to play both South Bend events and American Dunes, and then I would assume Silver Lakes as well, right? So
yes, I haven't signed up for Silver Lakes, but that's the plan. I'll be there.
Yeah, and I know Justin will be there, Matt will be there, I assume Cal will be there. So I think everybody will be back for Silver Lakes, but between now and then, you're probably going to pick up the most amount of points just because you're going to play our 2 local events in South Bend and the regional. But still, there's a lot of season left, though. I mean, we're still only talking, by the time all that's over, we're still only talking like early June, right? And we still got a ton of tournaments through July and August. So right now, yes, Justin's got the lead. Might be short-lived, but I know he'll be looking to get it back later in the season if he can.
Yeah, we have, after Silver Lakes, we still have the major out at TPC Deer Run. And then our final counts as a major also. So there's 3 tournaments that when you win, you get 900 points.
900
there's still a lot of points.
And even between those, like after Fire Lake and Deer Run, that sort of kicks off the heavy summer part of our schedule, because I'm pretty sure we've got between Fire Lake and Deer Run and then like mid-September when the Tour Championship is, I believe we're only taking like 2 or 3 weekends off in the middle of there. We've got almost every week. And then there's regionals in the middle of there too. There's French Lick, TPC Scottsdale. So there's tons of chances to get points.
Well, let's talk about South Bend coming up.
Yeah, a couple good courses. We're doing a combo, 2 different combo events with the Indianapolis Tour. So that's one thing to clarify in case anybody was wondering about that. Saturday and Sunday of Memorial Day weekend coming up. It is not a 2-day tournament. It's not 36 holes. It's just 2 separate 1-day events. We started doing that with them a couple years ago just because we figured that it's Memorial Day weekend. A lot of people can't commit to playing both. So we figured it was kind of the best of both worlds, just have them as 2 separate 1-days, and players kind of like having the option of playing one or the other. But 2 tournaments this weekend and 2 very different golf courses too. You've got Blackthorn on Saturday, which is a great golf course, but it's a little hillier, probably as hilly as you can get in, northern Indiana, but there is a decent amount of elevation change. There's a decent amount of holes with, some tricky dog legs where, you kind of have to decide how much of a corner you're going to chew off, that kind of thing. There's a couple holes that are kind of out in the open where the wind can get you. But then Warren on Sunday is very, very different. Warren is very much I think it was opened in I should know this off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure it was like early 1900s. I think it's like a 100-year-old golf course, and you can it's got that feel to it. It's a very sort of traditional country club style course. It's pretty flat, but the bunkers are tricky. A lot of them are right up against the green, a lot of spots with water right up against the green. So accuracy is a premium, but just two very, very different golf courses, and always provides a good test for our players.
Yeah, Warren is definitely a second shot golf course.
Mhm.
Driving wise, it's actually pretty open. You can spray driver a little bit, but the greens are really small compared to what
Yeah.
we normally play. And they're sloped. So if you miss the green by a little, you miss the green by a lot.
Right.
And getting up and down around there is very, very difficult. So if you miss the green, you're making bogey way more than you're making par.
Right. Right. Yeah. But yeah, it should be a good test for everybody. And a quick reminder for everybody that the deadline to pay for those is this coming Tuesday. So you only have like, a day basically left to pay for those. And I know there's still quite a few spots open. Pretty sure they'll fill up, but if you're looking to play, get in there soon. Because they'll fill up quick.
I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but I did see that there was a whole bunch of people that were on the wait list that that signed up but hadn't paid. So
Hadn't paid yet.
if you want your spot, send in the money and lock it in.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me today. That's been a wrap up of Randall Oaks, and look forward to Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.
And
looking forward to it, and looking forward to keeping the season going here.
We'll see you in a week or so.
All right. Thanks so much.